Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Co Show. My name is Mason Coe here, as always, with my co-host Aaron Coe.
Howdy.
Today is Friday, October 1st. We have just a quick recap of NFL Week 3 because we're way late on it. And then we have some big Mariners talk.
Yeah.
And then we'll go over some other sports news.
I'm not feeling too good. Like I think I have a temperature.
Uh-oh. Don't tell me.
And there's something spreading all over town.
Oh,
I'm
no.
fucking worried about. I've got Mariner fever.
Bam, bam, bam.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're both set up to get hurt big time.
Yeah.
We bought tickets to the last game of the season.
Oh, yeah.
Could be the most depressing game to sit at. Could be the best game since Edgar's double. Who knows?
It's okay. We'll probably be able to get $5 for those tickets if it doesn't mean that game doesn't mean anything.
Yeah, but before we get into more Mariners talk, like, comment, subscribe, all the YouTube stuff. Follow us on Twitter at Mason Charles Co, at Aaron Co 29. Quick NFL Week 3 recap. Not a ton of interesting stuff. The Ravens barely escaped the Lions thanks to a record-breaking Justin Tucker 66-yard field goal. The Chargers beat the Chiefs. The Chiefs are in sole possession of last place in the AFC West, but they're still minus 400 to make the playoffs and the odds-on favorites to win the AFC West.
It's funny how I'm like, oh yeah, they'll probably still go to the Super Bowl, and the Seahawks, I'm like, we're doomed.
We're doomed. Yeah, I know.
Season's
That's
over.
so funny. Yeah, that's true. And then the Saints beat up on the Patriots. That was pretty interesting. Jameis made some just wacky-ass throws that just worked out.
Yeah.
Bengals beat up...
That's why he's a 30-30 guy.
Yeah.
Sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't.
Exactly. Bengals beat up on the Steelers. Doesn't look like the Steelers are going to be that good this year at all. Don't know how they were 11-0 last year. Still beats me.
Nuts.
The Jaguars looked really solid against the Cardinals. I think they were held the lead going into late in the third quarter. Ended up losing by 12. Cardinals still covered on that, which was kind of crazy. Raiders Dolphins went to overtime. Raiders moved to 3-0, so that's kind of wild. A lot of close games for them.
Win.
And then Rams beat the Bucks by 10. Packers, really close game with the Niners. They pull out the dub. Cowboys, maybe they're a decent team. Who knows?
Yeah.
Do you have anything for Week 3?
What did you think of? I don't know. Did the Rams make a statement? What did you think of that game?
I told you before. This game happened. I made a Monopoly money bet on this game for the Rams, and that was because I felt like this is not a game that Tom Brady and the Bucs are particularly going to care about, especially when they don't view the Saints as the threat they were even last year. And so I think the Rams made a statement that yes, they're a good football team, but I think we already knew that. I don't think the Buccaneers were going into this game super fired up about it per se, as much as the Rams were, because now the Rams feel like they have a real shot at a Super Bowl. So
yeah, I think for Stafford and the Rams, I think everybody's going to be watching. Is the Lions or is Stafford? In the playoffs, so that'll be a big story.
And also they all wanted to beat Brady. Badly.
Yeah. They're the marked team.
Yes.
Sure.
The Rams obviously want to beat Brady because of what he did to them in the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
And then Stafford, he just spent 10 years of his career getting humiliated by the Patriots.
Yeah.
So, all right. Anything else?
As far as recap, no, I don't think so.
Nah.
Are we talking about what's coming up?
Let's
talk about the Mariners, because who cares about any of this
exactly. Let's do a quick one. We already talked about the Seahawks game coming up. I'm just gonna read off interesting games.
And some of these we might cover.
Yeah,
when we talk about bets later.
There's a couple. Yeah, there's a couple games that. Yeah. There's honestly. Cardinals Rams will be interesting.
You got TB12 going back to New England. That should be fun.
Yeah, true. Yeah. I don't think that's going to be a good game, though.
Shouldn't be, but I don't know, man.
Not a lot of... Raiders-Chargers on Monday night. I would say that's the most interesting game coming up. How legit are either of these teams.
Yeah, it sounded like a game I wasn't real interested in.
Mm-hmm.
When you looked at the Monday Night Football schedule.
Right, yeah.
But now it looks like it could be a fun game.
Yes,
Could
absolutely. The team that sent the Chiefs to last, and the team that currently holds the top spot. So
yeah.
Yeah. All right. Let's talk about important shit now.
Okay.
Mariners are smelling blood in the water, baby.
Wow.
Yeah. So the Yankees beat Toronto yesterday, and the Orioles beat Boston.
You're not gonna beat the Orioles in late September.
No, absolutely not. This is when it matters for them, No, but seriously, I think they want to spoil some of their rivals.
Sure.
Yeah. So Yankees move up two games ahead of the Red Sox. I would say they definitely didn't lock it in. Because they play the Rays. The Rays are, they are winning that division by quite a stretch. So I wouldn't be surprised to see them get swept. But I think we can assume that the Yankees are in.
Right. Yeah.
Red Sox.
The Rays, you would think would they're gonna set up their pitching. So
yeah. True.
You
Yeah.
may see some interesting starters.
That's a good point.
Last game or two.
That's a good point.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, and then the Red Sox and Mariners currently tied for the second spot in the wild card at 89 and 70.
Yeah.
89 and 70. We got 3 games to become a 90-win team this year. That's insane. And then Toronto falls a full game back behind both of us. They, however, have a 3-game series against the Orioles. So
you can't beat the Orioles in October.
That's a good point. That's a good point. Late September and October, It's when it matters for them.
That's right.
We can assume that Toronto takes, I think they'll take 2 of those at least.
I think you have to assume that. Yeah.
And then Boston plays the Nationals. Probably got to assume they take at least 2 of those.
Well, they're not going to beat Max Scherzer.
Max Scherzer.
I know.
I just okay.
I know.
I forget though. I still forget. I'm like, fuck. In their last 10, however, Boston is 5-5. They haven't been great lately. We're on a little bit of a bender here. We got the Angels for 3. Boston's got the Nationals, and Toronto's got the Orioles. So very, very sweepable series for everyone there. We know Tani's not going to be pitching in the game that he would have been pitching in, so we don't have to worry about him. We don't have Kikuchi going in any of these 3 games. Honestly, So, I'm not going to say I'm feeling good, but
there's hope.
There's hope. There's legitimate hope.
Yeah. It's not the hope that kills you or whatever. I don't know. They've really bought into that Ted Lasso thing, and it just makes me mad that I haven't watched Ted Lasso because I don't know what the hell they're talking about. But so what did you? So we went to the game.
We went to that A's game. The last A's game Wednesday.
What did you think of that experience?
The best Mariners game I've ever been to, and it's not even close.
Yeah.
Usually
it's like, let's go watch a baseball game and get a hot dog and the sun's out and whatever. That's usually the attitude that we've had.
Yeah, maybe we'll stay, maybe we'll leave in the 4th inning.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Yeah.
So I definitely the most energy, probably I would say close to the highest attendance, maybe other than we went to game 162 when Felix was pitching in the year that he should have won the Cy Young. Yeah. That might have been a little bit more crowded, but
and we went to an opening night.
That was very crowded as well, but this was the loudest.
This is the crazy thing is the attendance was under 18,000 and it felt like
20 plus at least.
I heard someone in the crowd say, they're it sounds like there might be 20,000 people coming tonight. This was right before the game started. Mm-hmm. And then as the game went along, I'm like, man, I think there are a lot of walk-ups. I think this is more like 24,000. I was like,
energy felt like 25.
Yeah. But people were standing up. Scott Servais mentioned it on the radio. Mm-hmm. I heard yesterday. I'm sure he's mentioned it other places too, but he said that when people are on their feet in the 6th inning, with a rookie coming up to the plate, like that's like he's never seen that before either. He didn't know what the hell was like. Whoa, yeah, people. It's different when people care about the outcome. Yeah, like everybody was into it. Yeah, people were in their seats.
Something that you said that like really, I think, rang true for all Mariners fans that were there that night was, do you fucking see what's happening when we're competitive? You said that when we were walking out, and I was like, yeah, like this is what it takes. We don't need Fan Fest. We don't need fucking $1 licorice specials. Like we want just good baseball. And you know what's funny is the Mets are planning to have like live comedy next year or some shit at their games. Like that's not what's gonna like. People don't come for the ballpark experience. No. They come for good baseball.
Yeah. You're gonna get a few fans that go like we have in the past for that ballpark experience. But if you want. I think there's going to be 40,000 people there tonight. Yeah. If you want that on a regular basis, have it be a competitive team. Yes. I'm not even saying win the damn World Series every year. I'm saying make us go into the Seahawks, right? For most of your life, you've gone into the Seahawks football season believing there's a realistic chance that they could win a Super Bowl. Yes. And nobody can look at you and say you're an idiot. Yeah. Like
for the whole time I've like paid attention to football.
Yeah. And no one's been able to say that about the Mariners in your lifetime. Probably, at least maybe when you were in 2002 was the last time.
When I could talk, like when I could have a conversation with someone. Before I played T-ball.
2002 was the last time any of us went into a season believing they really, really had a chance. I know there were a couple, 2018 and 2000, a couple of years before that.
There was one year they for some reason went in with like the third best odds. I think Mitch Haniger had just popped off and Kyle Seager was still like, he was at the beginning of tailing off. Yeah. And we still had Cano and Cruz.
And I was like,
I think so, guys. I think people were still like thinking Felix was going to
bounce back. Yeah.
Oh man, yeah. But the energy was crazy. And a question I asked you was, what is this? Did this? The attendance wasn't necessarily the same, but did this feel similar to 95?
Yeah. Yeah, especially if you look at the attendance in 95, it was about like this standings wise. Like people weren't filling that place up until they were like basically tied.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And then it just blew up from there.
Yeah.
And like I said, it's not the. I mean, I've been to Safeco with a near sellout. No, I mean nowhere near the energy that we saw with 17,000.
No.
For one thing, I don't think too many people ate their tickets and stayed home.
Yeah,
like I think if you had tickets, you were in the building. So I think that's part of it. And then, like I said, people were watching. People were into living and dying on it was everything that's great about baseball. And it was a nice 4-2 game.
Yeah, it was pretty much
dingers.
With a couple dingers back and forth. Like it was pretty much our perfect game.
Yeah.
Even just like, energy and even just from the play on the field standards. There was this girl behind us that wouldn't shut the fuck up.
Oh my God.
But at around I think the 7th inning, she started to shut the fuck up.
She actually is like,
yeah. There was at one point in the game she was like, and then like like at Mariners games on the big board it just says noise and there's like a noise meter. She just goes, and then she just goes back to that was it. And then in the 7th inning she was actually cheering appropriately.
Yes,
because she was paying attention to the game. So
shout out to the guy that was with her.
Oh my God, dude. I could tell he wanted to like watch, but it was tough. Yeah.
Oh, poor it was guy. Tough. Don't do it, bro.
I know, man. Yeah. It's tough. If that's a first or second date, that's tough because you can't really escape.
Oh man. Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, I just can't say enough about this team. I mean, I'm a bitter, broken Mariners fan. I've had little hope until maybe 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
And it I mean, these players. First of all, I'm still mad at ownership and a little bit at Dipoto. Dipoto again built the farm system. He's done a great job.
Yes.
I'm still a little bit pissed. So I am so happy with the people on the field. I'm happy with the players.
Absolutely.
They've got a pair, like every one of them.
Yes.
They've come through in big moments. I mean, we see Kellenick struggling.
They care, but yeah.
Hits a 2-run double. We see Toro, he'd been struggling. Mm-hmm. Hits the the add-on dinger, the solo shot late in the game to give us that cushion. They are into it. They want to win. They want to be there. How many times have we thought, okay, this is where this team's gonna fall apart, right?
Yeah.
Over and over again. When they traded away Kendall Graveman, I'm like, and I kept waiting for the bullpen to fall apart.
Yep.
And this might be the day.
It
still might happen.
Yeah.
So I'm definitely knocking on wood. A lot everywhere. Yeah. So. But they've had a lot of times where they could have fallen apart, and we all would have been like, oh, hey, they hung in there for a few months. Good for them. Next year. And they just wouldn't have any of it. They're like, no, we're going after it. Scott Servais, if he's not the manager of the year, it's a disgrace.
Yeah.
What he's done when you start the season and the players have heard that they're not supposed to win.
Yeah.
Like, how do you manage that? That's not easy. Yeah. And he's done it, kept them believing somehow. I think a lot of it's the players.
Yeah, a lot of young guys, which helps.
Yeah.
But I think the part that is really awesome is it seems like they want to do it for like this franchise, and like for Seattle, just because they at least somewhat understand what Seattle fans have been through. Yeah. And I feel like it's really, really easy to just not give a fuck about that and be like, oh, we're going to lose this year, whatever. I'll get through this contract and sign my big deal somewhere else. Like, they want to do it for Seattle, and they want to take on that challenge. Yeah. And I just think it's really awesome.
Oh, it's awesome. And like I said, I still wish they could have maybe added another outfielder. Yeah. Like, I don't love Jake Fraley, being an everyday player.
Yeah.
I don't love Kellenick in center. I think he's more of a left fielder. So I still wish they would have made a little bit of a move. But my God, they were injured all year. Like, if I had told you they're going to be tied for a playoff spot with 3 days left, and Kyle Lewis is basically, we're never going to see him. Yeah. I mean, he was supposed to be one of our better players this year.
Yeah.
So it's. It's crazy what they've been able to do. So regardless of what happens in the next 3 days, very impressed with the players on the field, the people in the office. You still got work to do, right? So I want to, I'm not saying that we need to get huge free agents, but there's a couple holes, and let's strengthen it, and hey, how about this? If we can't win it this year, which we still could, and I hope we do. Regardless of what happens this year, let's go for it next year. Yeah. Let's try to win a fucking World Series. Yeah. This town is going to go crazy. You saw a glimpse of that, right? Mm-hmm. This town has gone crazy in 95 and 2000 and 2001.
And people show, they weren't going crazy, but people showed up on opening day for Cano and Seager and Cruz and Felix. And let's get some names in there let's get some names to get the people in the building. Yeah. And then let's play well to get them going crazy. You know what I mean? Like, it's a pretty simple formula. And it I hope they're just getting a taste of that. Yeah. I hope, because we are.
People will come, Mason. People will most definitely come.
Yeah. If you build a contender.
Yes. Oh, I'll come. Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
I don't know why I did that. I'm sorry, everybody.
Okay. You got anything else?
Go Mariners!
Go Mariners! Go Mariners! They play at 7 or 6 tonight.
Yeah, that's the. I think it's at 7. I don't know. I know it's at night game, but that's one of the unfortunate things about this weekend is, they play at the same time as the Huskies.
How often like are we like, ah, shit, we're gonna have to we're gonna have to like watch the Mariners and a Husky game at the same time. God damn it.
For me, probably 2000.
I have never experienced
maybe 2001.
this. I've never experienced this. We're literally gonna like move a TV downstairs and have them both like that.
Yeah,
it's gonna be us. So.
And the Seahawks weren't very good, and I mean they were okay.
Yeah.
In 2000. I can't remember their record. They weren't great. It was early Holmgren. They struggled for a couple of years. The Huskies went to the 2001 Rose Bowl for the 2000 season.
Yeah,
no, I don't.
I think so.
Remember, or was it the 2000 Rose Bowl for the 90?
I think it was 2001 Rose Bowl.
2001 Rose Bowl. Yeah. So that there were some conflicts there. But yeah, basically, I've never had to care.
Nope.
One little bit, and yeah, so I'm happy to have some conflict there.
Yeah. So we got it's a late game, and then tomorrow is another late game. The three other teams that we're focusing on are playing earlier today. They're all playing at like 4. Then tomorrow they're all playing at like 1, and then on Sunday, everyone's starting at noon.
Yeah.
So, who knows what the situation will be in 2 days. I mean, we could be, we could be pretty much in the exact same spot, or it could look completely different, but potentially could be heading into Sunday with 4 very meaningful games kicking off at the same time. So, yeah, kicking off. I mean, first pitch, whatever.
It's October.
Yeah, it's October. It's football season usually.
We got football
at this point, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Are we good on Mariners talk?
When does the Seahawks season start?
That's very sad. Yeah. All right. Football news or just sports news, or are we good on Mariners talk?
I think we're good.
Yeah.
I'm super excited.
I want to talk about it more, but I don't have anything else to say.
I don't have any. I just want to Mariners. Yeah. No, the only thing I would say is, I know I might be setting myself up for disappointment, but this is why we love sports. So yes. I don't want to hear any, oh, I'm not going to watch because, they're just going to let me down.
Yeah. Oh, can you send me the video you took?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I can pull it up on my computer real quick.
Yeah, we're past that. Like, let yourself enjoy the next couple days, right?
Yes.
And if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. Mm-hmm. But man, if it does, it's so much fun.
I'm going into this weekend with with a lot of hope, but I'm going in still recognizing the expectations that I had coming into the season. So
right.
I'm not I'm going in hopeful, but I'm not going to be completely devastated if they don't make it.
Yeah.
My brain hasn't planned for them to make the playoffs.
Right. Right. Yep.
So, yeah, man, I'm so excited. We got Marco going tonight, and then we got Flexen, Tyler Anderson, 3, not Kikuchi. So.
Boy, Flexen, the two guys that have been amazing to me. I mean, Kyle Seager obviously hitting a lot of home runs, but Haniger coming back after destroying his own nut.
Yes.
Yes. And not only did he stay healthy pretty much all year, but he's killing it and doing it when it counts.
Mm-hmm.
And then Flexen, totally off the scrap heap, out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Has been a very solid pitcher. And then we've got Casey Sadler. The bullpen has been great, but Casey Sadler, 26 straight scoreless outings.
Crazy.
It's
just insane.
Very, incredible.
So yeah, this is the video from
Last pitch.
Last pitch. This is the last pitch.
I just knew it was going to be out. It was dangerous to take the video.
Yeah. Okay. I hope the audio is gonna. Okay. Everyone was standing up for the last. Everyone was standing up for the last, for the whole inning, right? The whole half inning.
Yeah, and The video doesn't do it justice, but it got pretty darn loud when
it got very loud. Yeah, yes.
When that last out was recorded. So, yeah, that was a lot of fun. I'm really glad we were able to do that.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, pretty last minute thing. So.
And it wasn't. Luckily, there were still pretty reasonable seats.
Yeah,
I think that's going to change here in the next. I think it's not going to be. You ain't going to be getting in for $15, $20.
No,
next 3
those
days.
were that game happened to be because before the season they're like, okay, they're gonna suck, so we're gonna have some BECU value games where you can get really good seats for $20. So there were like specific sections that were just like packed with because they were BECU value seats.
Yeah.
But I hope they do that shit still next year.
Yeah.
All right, so I guess we're getting into some more boring stuff again, unfortunately. Sad stuff, actually. Yeah. Sherman signed with the Bucks. They told Bobby Wagner that they were gonna sign him, but then, like, his legal issues in July caused them to not, which I find hard to believe for a few reasons. One of those being they've put some other stuff to the side in the past, and what the fuck?
I think they're concerned about him being a voice that questions, Ken Norton Jr. and what this soft ass scheme they've been running.
Yeah.
I wonder if they were more concerned about him coming in and being, what the hell? What are we doing?
In which case,
can I cover someone, please?
Yes. In which case, they lied to Bobby Wagner and also further publicized his legal issues.
Yeah.
Which is just kind of shitty all around.
Yeah. I just think with the way that the corners have played, and I know we have Sidney Jones, but God only knows if he can stay healthy for the season.
Yeah.
A game, let alone the season.
Yeah.
You have a disaster going on at corner, and you have a guy that would have come in for essentially the veteran minimum.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he has a couple of incentives with Tampa Bay, but he's getting about as low as you can get pay wise going there.
Yeah.
I don't understand why they didn't sign him. And hey, maybe we'll find out that he's done, that he's not good anymore. I don't know. In that case, I'll take these words back. But I think it was a big miss by the Seahawks at a team that they desperately need something to work, because it ain't working right now.
No.
Yeah.
All right. Also, Josh Gordon got reinstated, signing with the Chiefs. Apparently, it was a tough decision. Like, the Seahawks almost got him, but it's obviously not as close of a connection to Josh Gordon. I'm glad he's getting another chance. I just hope he cannot fuck it up. I think the way that things are in place now, although he's still I don't know.
He'll probably be an all-pro now, and this will be the time that he cleans up his act fully. Yeah. I would have trouble. I mean, would I be that worried about cutting Penny Hart, to have him on the team? No. But I would hate to see him be part of the offense, and then you get into the late season or postseason.
We also signed fucking Philip Dorsett again.
Yeah,
so.
well, he's on the practice squad.
Okay.
But I would rather see D. Eskridge, hopefully get more integrated into the offense than have this guy show up for a few weeks and fuck up again. And I don't say that, like, I don't have any ill will against the guy, and I hope he straightens it out. But there's a point where, can I trust this guy?
It happens. It happens that many times that it's like,
I might have tried it, but I'm not. I was very neutral. Like, I can.
Yeah, me too.
I might have tried to sign him, but I wouldn't have.
I would say I would have rather done it than not, but and especially like the Chiefs are going to use him perfectly, and now they have just like 4 speed demons, and he's going to have like 2 80-yard touchdowns in the playoffs or something. But
if he gets suspended again, we'll all be like, oh, thank God we didn't sign that guy again.
True. Yeah,
I don't know. Good luck. I hope he figures this shit out.
Yeah. All right. Rams lawsuit stuff. Kroenke has to turn over financial info. What could this even result in? Just like a lot of money?
Here's the thing.
A big civil suit?
This is the only thing I thought of when I saw this story, because I don't really care about any of this.
Yeah.
I'm like, this is what the city of Seattle did not do for the Sonics.
Yeah.
They took a little settlement
mm-hmm.
and then told us how great the settlement was. St. Louis is like,
they're fighting for every dime.
Mm-hmm. I like it. I
do too.
And
they're
it's a
saying,
good thing.
"Fuck you, bitch! Give us our money."
Yeah. So I think it's a good thing for, cities in the future.
Yeah.
To, it's not. Don't make it so easy for these teams to up and rip people's hearts out.
I know. Kroenke, he also owns Man United, I think.
Yeah.
And there's like all the fans like hashtag Kroenke out.
Yeah.
So they all hate him. All right, this is interesting news that I'm conflicted about. Amazon is closing in on hiring Al Michaels for Thursday Night Football in 2022, which would be a major step in the broadcasting to streaming transition, per Andrew Merchant. So here's why I'm conflicted. I think it's cool. Like, I'm excited for broadcasting to streaming. I just wish it wasn't Amazon. Amazon just had, like, we're talking about business shit now. They just have their fucking grubby little fingers in too many pies. Yeah. It's scary. But I'm glad that there's going to be more streaming. Like, I wish Hulu did this or something.
Yeah.
They're all about Hulu has live sports. And like, fine, put your money where your mouth is.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's interesting. I mean, for them to get a big name like that, one of the greatest of all time, to be a broadcaster. I was surprised. I don't want to see him doing Thursday nights though. Like, what?
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
I don't know. I really like him, and I think I'm one of the few people around here that like Collinsworth. I like the combo of Al Michaels and Chris Collinsworth.
I think he adds more value. Like, I think he adds value to it. I don't see why people have like a problem with him.
He says stupid stuff once in a while, but here's the thing: if you're gonna be interesting, you're gonna say some good stuff and some kind of stupid stuff.
I like opinions and shit. That's what I like.
I mean, do you want the fucking Dallas tight end back or Booger? They say nothing. They say nothing funny, nothing insulting, nothing good, nothing bad. It's just bleh. Yeah. So anyway, I don't know. I don't like the Thursday thing very much, but it'll be interesting. I think, 20 years from now, where is TV? Where our broadcast going to be at? That'll be pretty interesting to see where it all goes.
20 years, where will we be?
That's right, man.
Will we even be here anymore?
I don't know, man.
All right. With that being said, I think we covered everything. You just wrote Huskies in here. Is there anything you want to talk about with them?
Oh, I think that was just in there from before, but just a general update. I mean, they got a tough road game at Oregon State.
Oh yeah.
And I don't know if their tight end's gonna be there, which is a bummer. Yes. We talked about that before.
We did on the last. Yeah, if you want to hear us talk about that.
But here's the one. I think the most interesting part is the Huskies being underdogs against Oregon State. That wild. Has not happened very often.
Yeah, I wonder. I mean, it's probably hard to find data on this, but how, like, what is their line record? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, how often has UW been the underdog against Oregon State?
I mean,
what percent of the time?
Yeah, it's almost. I mean, in my lifetime, I'm sure it's probably happened. They had some good teams with Dennis Erickson.
Yeah.
But the Huskies were pretty good then too.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then when Huskies, went in the toilet
Tyrone Willingham.
Like, the Oregon State wasn't that great either.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
It's tough.
I'd be curious to know that, but I would say it's almost never in the last 50 years.
Yeah. All right. Anything else you got? Oh, actually, I want to talk about the Super Bowl halftime show.
Oh yeah.
Super Bowl halftime show 2022. Banger lineup. Finally, they're doing something for rap music.
Oh, is our local redhead guy gonna be there? What's his name?
Macklemore. Yeah.
Macklemore, is it Macklemore?
Yeah. No. They actually, well, Eminem will be there, but they actually got some they got black people that rap, so it's cool. Snoop Dogg, Dr. Dre, Mary J. Blige, and Kendrick Lamar. That's very, very nice.
I think it's funny. We just talked about having rappers at sporting events, and you're like, when are they gonna have like a real rapper?
Yeah.
This is like 2 days ago.
Yeah.
And I said, well, you need old people like me to know who they are.
Snoop
and
Dogg.
be able to listen to it, and I need to be able to have my kid. My 7-year-old I don't have a 7-year-old kid that I know of. No, I'm just kidding.
Okay. Okay.
No, I had surgery a long time ago. Anyway, what the fuck was I talking about?
Fucking, I don't even.
Oh, you need old people like me to know who the rapper is and have my kid be able to listen to it too.
Yeah.
Right. So these fall into that category. Like, I've heard of them, but you can't have like legit today rappers really. Kendrick Lamar is, but you can't have like an up and coming rapper do stuff like that I've never heard of,
right?
Because people will get mad and turn it off and be like, "Who the hell is this guy?"
Yeah,
just like you did when Coldplay was on. You're like, "Who the fuck is this? This is awful." Yeah. Anyway, so no, I think it's really cool. I like that they're doing this, and part of it is just my age group, probably embraces it more than.
Everyone loves Snoop Dogg. Snoop Dogg can get away with anything. Everyone loves Snoop Dogg.
Yeah.
Eminem gets the whites. Everyone loves Dr. Dre. Mary J. Blige is just great. And then Kendrick Lamar is, he's Kendrick Lamar. And I would say Kendrick Lamar would lean more towards political-esque stuff.
Right.
So that would make sense for this time.
Yeah.
But he's also, in my opinion, the best rapper of this generation.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. Is that all we got for topics? Not a ton, honestly. Just a lot of action. Not a lot of news.
Yeah.
All right. Well, with that being said, it's time for the Howard Schultz Clown of the Week.
The Clown of the Week.
Okay, do you want to go first or you want me to go first?
Go for it.
So my clown of the week, I want to be very specific with this, is the Georgia State head coach, not the person you will see in the video.
Okay. Wow, I don't know anything about this.
They are going to their game against Arkansas.
Oh boy.
They are on their way to the game. Hopefully it'll load. Hopefully it'll load.
Yeah.
Caught a beer and chugged it. Riding on the bus. On the way to the game.
Nice.
So, Gavin Adcock, senior, by the way, funny name, Gavin Adcock. He got suspended indefinitely. The coach got fired.
The coach got fired.
Wow. Yeah, pretty tough. Pretty tough look for Georgia State football.
Yeah.
But Gavin Adcock is also a country musician, I think. So, if anything, he's just gonna get more streams on Spotify, and that's what he wants to do, probably. You know what I mean? So, I don't think
it's the first time I've ever heard his name.
Yes.
So what does that tell you?
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Do you remember when UW played Georgia State? A few years ago, and they were getting their asses kicked. And at some point, we looked at each other and we're like, they might come back and win this game. I don't care.
Yeah.
Fuck this game. And we just left in the second quarter.
Yeah.
And they did come back and
They
win.
did come back and win. But I just didn't even want to beat them. It was tough.
Yeah. But yeah, wow. So who's the clown? Who's the actual clown?
The coach.
The coach.
For
allowing that to happen?
Yeah. I think that's on the coach, right?
He's the hero of the week for allowing. I love it. That was beautiful.
It was great, but
guy on top of a bus chugging a beer. That's good shit.
You're a coach of a college like a.
No, you can't do that.
Yeah,
you can't do that.
That's so. And that, by the way, what I'm saying, this is the. I should have prefaced this. This is the most lighthearted clown of the week I think we've ever had.
Yeah.
Like I think this is hilarious and awesome, but as a head coach of a football team, you just can't do it.
Yeah, you can't do it.
All right, what do you got?
But much respect.
Much respect. Yeah, much respect.
So I'm gonna go with Trey Flowers.
Okay.
It's not because he sucks, which he does.
He does.
But he made some comments after the game. One of them being, and nobody asked him about this, but he just out of nowhere basically said, "I'm not Richard Sherman."
Mm-hmm.
And then he's talking about how he doesn't know what he's supposed to be doing. I have questions
Covering
about it.
guys.
Yeah. And maybe there are coaching issues. I don't know. But one, if you have questions, go ask the fucking coach.
Yeah.
Don't ask the media.
Yeah.
And two,
you're not fucking Phil Jackson.
yeah. And two, don't bring your shit into the media.
Yeah.
Like, has Ken Norton Jr. blasted the players in the media when they suck? And Pete Carroll never does that.
He says they're working. Yeah, they're working out there.
He's really working at it.
Yeah.
Like that means he sucks, and I'm thinking about cutting him right now. But he's battling.
He's battling.
He's trying.
Battling for his roster spot.
Yeah. Yeah, he's making a real effort.
Yeah.
You know,
effort to stay on the team.
Yeah. Yeah. So I just thought it sounds like it's in his head that we think he sucks.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe he watches our podcast. I don't know. Is he a subscriber?
He's one of the 8 viewers and 24 subscribers.
Yeah. Yeah. So maybe he's checking that out. But yeah, I keep the garbage out of the media and play better.
Yeah. Just be better.
Maybe the scheme is bad, but Ken Norton Jr. is not telling you to give up completions every time the ball is thrown your way.
And he's been bad, and he's worse than the other guys, and he's bad. He's just bad.
Yeah.
All right. You wanna start making picks?
Yeah.
All right. So, I guess you start first. Whatever you want.
So are we doing player of the week?
We can start with that. Yeah, let's start with player.
Let's go there. So I'm gonna go Cal Raleigh.
Whoa.
Yeah. I'm not saying he's gonna tear it up, and he may only play. I don't know if he'll play 2 of the 3 games or 1 of the 3 games. I think he's gonna hit at least a big double, if not a big home run. He's only hit 2 home runs this year. You saw his first one.
I saw his first one, yeah.
He's due.
He's due, baby. He's due. So many people were saying that last night about pretty much every fucking Mariners player. But that's my favorite thing that baseball fans that don't really know, that's my favorite thing. Yeah. He's due.
But the dude has a lot of power. He's struggled a bit offensively, but he hasn't been totally overmatched. I think he's gonna have a real big hit. Mm-hmm. I'm not saying 9th inning game winning, but he's gonna have a huge we needed that now sort of hit.
I like that.
Yeah.
My player of the week is gonna be Nick Chubb. I think he's just gonna run all over the Vikings. So
yeah. The Vikings gonna get a lot of Chubb, huh?
Yes.
Okay. That's unfortunate.
Yeah, they'll get the Chubb. All right. I guess. Should we just snake draft it?
Yeah.
Start with favorite?
Yeah.
Also, my favorite is the Browns. I guess I'll double check because I know some of the.
One. It was -2.
When I saw it originally, it was -1.5,
okay.
but I'll take it at -2 as well.
Yeah.
I think the Vikings are frauds.
Anything 3 or under is a great number for that game.
Yes.
I just can't see it.
Yes.
No, I like that one a lot too. Yeah.
Okay. You go.
So this game has moved from 6.5 to 7, but I really like Tampa at New England. And I'm always a little scared about Belichick. I'm always a little, until that guy's gone, he makes me nervous, but he'll probably cheat somehow.
Yeah.
But I think Brucey boy is gonna want to go in there and really show that it wasn't Belichick, right? I think. Yeah. So I think they are going to dominate the game. And I don't think we're going to get a backdoor New England cover because I don't think Arians is going to let off the gas. I think if they're up 14 in the fourth quarter, they want to be up 21. I just don't think they're going to let off and play a lot of prevent and run the ball.
I like that pick.
They're gonna pile on.
I like that pick
instead of giving up late, in my opinion.
All right, yeah. Let's snake it to the dog. What dog do you like?
I like Boston College plus 16 against Clemson. I think Clemson is struggling.
Clemson's ass. Yeah, actually, I like that. I love that pick.
I think Clemson's gonna win, and maybe they'll win by 2 touchdowns, but I don't think they're winning by 16 points.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Okay, so my dog was originally Ravens +1 at the Broncos, but that line has since shifted to Ravens -1.
Oh, wow.
So I'm going to make an audible.
You were going to bet against Teddy?
Spready Bridgewater.
Bridgewater?
Yeah.
You were going to do that?
I was going to bet against Spready.
You're lucky.
I know.
You're lucky.
Yeah, so now my pick is going to be Lions +2.5 at the Bears. I just think the Bears offense is a disaster, and I don't think the Lions are that terrible of a football team.
Yeah, they've been hanging in there a bit.
They're Mariners-esque, you know?
Yeah.
They're hanging in, and
they're biting some ankles.
They're biting some ankles and kneecaps, and yeah. So what do we got next? Snake into the over, I guess.
Yes.
So my over is Giants at Saints over 42. I just think the Saints offense is decent. They'll put up 28 or something, and the Giants will get enough, you know?
Well, the Giant. So Jameis will throw 3 touchdowns, and then he'll throw 3 pick sixes.
Exactly,
so.
and that'll be it. That'll be all we need.
There it is, right there. That's all you need.
Yes.
Almost. Don't check my math on that.
No, it is. Yeah, you're right.
I like. Oh, I have Bill. I have Bill being the over. But I think I meant Bills.
Yeah.
No. I like Bills Texans. It's 47.
Yeah, I thought about that.
I'm a little bit nervous about the Texans, but I just think the Bills are gonna put up 40 on their own.
I know, but then the reason I didn't do that was they beat the Dolphins 35-0.
Yeah.
They shut their asses out.
Yeah. I don't think that's going to happen. So, I just think that the Bills will almost get this on their own. I just need the Texans to do a little something. So, yeah.
Yeah, I guess Bills also did give up 21 to Washington. But anyway.
Yeah.
All right. What's your under?
So, I'm going to say UW OSU 57.5.
Whoa! Yeah.
Like, UW is really struggling offensively.
Yeah.
And Oregon State, they're good, but I mean UW still has a good defense. I just can't see them. I can't see them piling on the points either. I think this game is going to be much lower scoring than the experts might predict.
Yeah.
So I think that one's going to hit easily.
Mm-hmm. My under is going to be Seahawks Niners under 52.
Yeah, I like that one too.
Yeah.
I really thought about that one as well.
I don't trust the Seahawks offense. I also don't trust the Niners offense.
Jimmy G.
You
don't think Jimmy G is gonna light him up?
No, I don't trust him.
And also,
George Kittle might be out, which I picked this before I even knew about that, but. Who was the other? Oh, that was Josh Norman, so I guess that doesn't necessarily help.
And I think there was a running back, maybe. I'm trying to remember. There was another player that sounded, you just never know. I mean, that was the coach saying it too, so, you never know when they're blowing smoke up our ass. But yeah, Kittle being out would be huge, because who the fuck's going to cover that guy?
Jesus.
No Jamal Adams?
I guess. I mean, fuck.
Jordan Brooks?
Yeah. All right, well, do you got anything else?
No, I just, again, I think this is a massive weekend for the teams that we care about.
Yeah.
Obviously the Mariners, that speaks for itself.
Yeah.
The Seahawks, is the season over if they lose this game? No, but boy, they got to show some signs of life here.
Yeah.
Or people are going to be jumping off of that bandwagon real fast.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to be deeply concerned if they don't show signs at least.
Yeah.
And hopefully get a win. Because then they got the Rams, I think, on Thursday night.
Rams on Thursday, yeah.
Damn, dude, we could be staring at 1-4 in the face here if something doesn't change.
Very, 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 very doable.
Yeah,
is 1-4 at this point, which is very sad to say.
No, it really is. Yeah, it'll be interesting. The Rams and the Seahawks are going to know each other's offenses because they're essentially the same thing. And then, the Huskies, can they, how legit is Oregon State? We'll find out. And are the Huskies continuing to get better or
yeah. All right. Well, with that being said, all the YouTube shit, like, comment, subscribe, follow us on Twitter at Mason Charles Co at Aaron Co 29. High Points the book. Goosehead Insurance. Last words.
Go Mariners.
Go Mariners. Deuces.
See ya.